The question on our early line this morning, who should get custody of Michael Jackson's children? Jackson's wish is to have his mother Catherine raise his 3 kids. Well, that may be in jeopardy right now that ex-wife Debbie Rowe plans to fight for their custody. Here with a preview of what could be a custody battle for the ages in Los Angeles is CBS News legal analyst Lisa Bloom. Also in Los Angeles, attorney and child advocate Gloria Allred. Lisa, Gloria, have the two of you met?
Yeah, yes, we have. She's my little girl.
In case you didn't know, Gloria happens to be Lisa's mom. And in Boston, former prosecutor and author of And Justice for Some, Wendy Murphy. Ladies, good morning to the three of you.
Good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
Okay, Gloria, let's start with you. Debbie Rowe, by all accounts, has not had much contact with these children as they've grown older. Does she have a good chance of gaining custody of Prince Michael and Paris Michael?
She definitely has the legal advantage because she never relinquished her parental rights, and that's what the Court of Appeals found. And therefore, it is presumed to be in the best interests of the children to be with their only surviving parent. That's Debbie Rowe.
Lacey, do you agree with Mom right there? What's more powerful, the will or a biological mother's rights?
My mom is absolutely right. Far be it from me to argue with her on national television, but she is right. Debbie Rowe is first in line under California law. They're not on an equal playing field. It's not a question of, is Katherine Jackson a better mother? Is Debbie Rowe a better mother? The question is Debbie Rowe unfit? A very difficult legal standard to meet. If Katherine Jackson can't prove that, Debbie Rowe gets the older 2 children.
And now, Wendy, there was some talk that if Debbie Rowe had given up custodial rights to the kids, she would have lost out on some opportunities for more money from the Jacksons down the line. Does this to you sound like a cash grab here?
Yeah, and then some. Look, it's correct that she is the predominant party. She is, at this point, the legal parent at the top of the list. But she tried to sell her children. The only reason she couldn't give up her rights is because it's against the law to sell your children. That's what the appellate court said. She tried, both when she was first divorced. A few years later, she went back to court again and walked away again because somebody wrote her a big fat check. You know, she may be a good person. She is an unfit parent because anyone who tries to sell their children is per se unfit where I sit.
Well, let me ask you.
Wendy.
Go ahead, Gloria.
That's not selling your children. What she did was she was married to Michael Jackson. She got divorced from Michael Jackson. There was a settlement. Millions of people get divorced every day, and there are settlements, and often those settlements involve children.
Right,
there was no quid pro quo.
She got $8 million to give up her rights, and the court said you can't do that. It's against the law. I say shame on her.
Well, Lisa, let me ask you this. Let me jump in here. Does that hurt her chances of gaining custody since she did already get $8 million in a quote-unquote settlement years ago?
Well, this is an unusual situation, as everything about Michael Jackson is. I mean, we have a parent here who has had almost no contact with her kids over the years. Debbie Rowe, you know, that's going to be a big strike against her, that she hasn't seen her own children, though they've lived in the same geographical area for many years. However, in her defense, I'm sure that she will say, look, when I thought my kids were in danger a couple of times, I did step in and try to get custody of them, namely when Michael Jackson was consorting with the Nation of Islam and when he was accused of child molestation back in 2005. Then she felt her children were not in a safe environment. And P.S., there is a huge change of circumstances, the death of Michael Jackson. Now they need a parent, she can argue. Now she's going to step in and protect them.
She is not going to win. I guarantee you she will not win. When she was with her children, she actually said, "Don't call me mom." And when someone asked her why, she said, because they're not mine, they're Michael's. She's not a good parent.
But on the other side of it, Joe Jackson is still legally married to Katherine Jackson.
Yeah, and the other thing is that Katherine Jackson is 79 years old, and that is going to be a factor against her. What is her health condition? I don't know. I'm sure she loves her grandchildren, but that may not be enough. And I think this week we may be hearing about settlement discussions that may be going on between Katherine Jackson's attorneys and Debbie Rowe, and maybe what Debbie Rowe really wants is more visitation time with the children. She wants
cash. It's extortion.
Well,
can we stop saying she wants
cash? And ladies, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question. Blanket, the third child, who is from another mother. I mean, what happens here? Does the judge think about potentially splitting the 3 of them up?
That will never happen. That will never. Go ahead.
I think Debbie Rowe also looks sympathetic because she has said that she thinks the children should stay together. And I think we all think that. And by the way, this is a battle that doesn't have to happen.
Yep.
The parties should all get together and say that everybody who wants to love these children and be a good influence on them should get together and work this out amicably.
I'll tell you what's
ladies,
going to happen.
ladies, I'm sorry. Ladies, I'm sorry.
Them establish a relationship with them.
The nanny.
The best
Lisa?
of both worlds.
The only real mother in this picture is Nanny Grace Waramba. She's raised those children virtually since birth.
Ladies, I gotta cut you off.
She should be the mother.
I'm so sorry. Spirited
Okay.
conversation. I'm sure this is not the last we've heard or the last we're going to talk to the three of you about this. Thank you to the three of you. We do appreciate it.
Thank you. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July. We appreciate
happy
you getting
birthday,
up
Ma.
bright and early.